guys can see that all clearly. Massive welcome to tonight's Discovery Call. My name is Jade Brimfield. I'm a proud independent consultant and regional vice president with this epic company, Arbonne, which you're all here tonight to learn a little bit more about. You may have been invited by somebody onto the call by a consultant, or you may be a guest, or you may have stumbled across this presentation and found a Zoom code and got yourself on here. And if that's you, massive well done for being brave and having a little listen to something a little bit different. Now, if you have been invited by somebody onto this call, I really, really want you to know that that is such a compliment. Somebody sees something in you that is just fire. They believe that this could be an opportunity to change your life or something that you would just absolutely thrive in. So please just listen tonight with the most open mind and open heart. It's all I can recommend, because this opportunity, like for most people, has been absolutely transformative in my life and so many other leaders that I got to meet along my journey in being an Arbonne consultant. Just going to minimize that. So before I get started, I think it's really important to share a little bit with you about my story and how I got involved with Arbonne, because actually everybody in this company, in this business that says yes, comes from a different walk of life. You know, most people, correction, some people may, but, you know, most of us didn't drop out of college and decide that Arbonne was going to be the thing that we're going to do, and that was going to be their vocation. Absolutely wasn't my story at all. My background was in buying. So in my 20s, my late 20s, my lifestyle very much looked like a lot of travel. I used to travel overseas to the Far East, you know, half of the year, and then the other half of the year be back here in the UK, and I would source homeware products for retailers, UK retailers. And I absolutely loved my job. I worked as a buyer. You know, the idea of the concept of travel and seeing the world and, you know, fast, like paced world, like for me in my late 20s, it was exciting, it was new. But everything soon changed after I returned back to work from having my first son. And that fast-paced life, that travel, that 6 months out of the country in a year left me feeling quite despondent, a little bit sad, because actually I didn't really get to see my son at all in those times. He would be in nursery before I would have to leave before he would even be taken to nursery. And most evenings he'd be asleep when I got home. And it made me, I sort of reached a crossroads in my life, I suppose, where it made me analyze where I was moving, where I was going with the world. And was this really my vision for life, or more importantly, my vision for being a mom? Now, I think what happens is most of the time in Arbonne, we either get presented this opportunity at a time where we most need it, or where we're most seeking it, or actually we're at a point where we are questioning, you know, the design of our life, the steps that we're taking, the decisions that we're making each day. And it made me kind of stop in my path and have a little like reevaluation to think, is this really, really what I want? Because, you know, for me, I'm quite an ambitious lady. I really, really wanted that sense of purpose, that sense of like financial independence. I'm kind of driven. So if someone was to say to me, Jade, what's your vision for success? What's your vision for your own career? It'd be like, you know, I want to earn great money. I want to be successful. Like that was there. And then if someone were to say to me, Jade, what's your vision for being a parent? Well, that would be to be at every drop off and every pickup and to help them like witness their first steps, and to make sure I'm there for every sports day and sick day or wherever they may need me. But really, ultimately, what happened was I hadn't pre-planned to marry both of those sides of Jade together. And I'm so grateful to a lady who invited me to take a look at this business opportunity. She invited me into a coffee shop and she said, you know, are you open to business opportunities? And on the surface, my life, I suppose, in many people's eyes would have looked quite rosy. It was okay. You know, there was no real, you wouldn't think that I was looking for anything else. But inside, I was so miserable. I was really starting to resent my work. I was feeling very stressed, anxious. And I'm so pleased that she, you know, took that time to explain to me about what business opportunity is. Now, this is where I want to say to you, please listen with an open mind, because when we look at the products, or when we look at what this business is and the concept and the services, initially straight away I was like, why is she talking to me about this? This isn't what I do. These kind of products isn't my background. What on earth is this? But I will remember one statement that this lady said to me, and she said, Jade, with this business, you can earn a full-time income working just part-time hours from home around your family. And from that one sentence, I remember my heart just skipped a beat, and it was like, that was the exact solution I was looking for. And at that point, I didn't care what products were involved, what box shape it came in. If this was true, if this concept was true and that was going to be a reality for me, that was the vision I had for my life. I absolutely was so desperate to have something that was flexible around my family, because up until this point, my family had to fit in to what my job was. They just had to fit in around what my other commitments were, and it just was not my vision. So needless to say, I started a business with Arbonne, and I've now been running my business for 7 years. It's crazy to see how, honestly, time flies, because I genuinely have fun every single day. I now have 4 boys, and the beauty of this is that this business has been so transformational, not just from a financial perspective, not just from a time perspective. What it's given me is more than that. It's given me choice, because now I was able to stay at home with my last 3 children. Unfortunately, like, that was the lessons learned with Chase. But his first day of school, I was there to take him, and I've been there to pick him up and take him to school every single day. And I've since had 3 children where I've been home. I've not had to be worried about the panic about maternity or, childcare or managing school holidays around like my annual leave. I've totally been able to be present around what matters most to me. But more importantly, I've not had to sacrifice that other part of Jade that I desperately knew I needed to keep that fire alive, which was that sense of purpose, that sense of financial independence, that ability for me to build something on my own terms, to have something for me. And now I absolutely have the best of both worlds. And that's where I believe Arbonne can be such an exceptional vehicle for men, women who just want to create a life on their terms. It may not be my story, but it may be something that you want, and something is blocking you from having the life and the dream that you absolutely desire. So whether this business on service level looks like something for you, please just strip it back, because it absolutely isn't about what it is necessarily. It's about what it can create you. What would you like from life? So that's a little bit about me. I'm going to get started and explain a little bit more about what this business is, because I do think it's important, if you're going to be looking at a business opportunity, what exactly is Arbonne? Well, Arbonne's actually been established for over 40 years, and it really has been like the healthy living movement in this. Now, we really are about creating positive change within health, wellness, and the beauty industry. What I love is our founder, Peter Morg, was really he was just a pioneer in this industry. He believed that there were most chemicals and ingredients that were found in skincare back then that really were not beneficial to the human body and shouldn't really be at all, like in our products at all. Now, he created Arbonne, which basically specialized in botanically based ultra premium products. And he really was that pioneer. Like, Arbonne actually was clean before clean was even a trend. We truly are the original clean beauty brand, where so many people are adapting their formulations and their philosophies around consumer demands. Arbonne's always had that stature. It's always been a belief, which I love. And the thing about Arbonne is that not just today and not just 10 years ago, but since the start, since 1980, Arbonne has offered a flexible way for people just like you and I to start a business, simply recommending things that genuinely you love. We can recommend things all the time that we genuinely believe in and love to our friends and family. And what it does is it helps us, it basically gives us the freedom to build a business on our own terms around what matters most. And for me, that was around my family. Now, we are in the network marketing industry, which has actually been around for since 1920. And the thing with this is that we're also an online opportunity that can be built virtually, and you can also build this face to face. So, however, it's just never been easier to build a global business alongside Arbonne, a brand like Arbonne, with the power of online. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about how we can do that. Our brand promise. We believe in helping people thrive through the power of our brand, products, opportunity, and community. And we do this by keeping our products clean, effective, consciously considering people and the planet in every decisions we make, and honing in on the power of human connection. So let's just take a look at the clean section of this slide. We have such a strict ingredients policy. In fact, we ban over 2,000 ingredients, and we have our own trademarked not allowed list, which is just for Arbonne. And as an example, in the EU, there's actually only about 1,600 ingredients that's banned. Now, needless to say, the EU certification and laws are the strictest in the world, but they haven't been updated for years. As an Arbonne company, we ban more ingredients. We ban over 400 ingredients more. And we're continuously evaluating our ingredients policy to make sure that we're adding ingredients to our list as and when science develops, to make sure that we really are the safest of the safe. We're clinically tested, and our products are also vegan, gluten-free, we're dairy-free, we're non-GMO. We don't have artificial colours, fragrances, flavours or sweeteners. We're kosher. We've never, ever, ever tested animals since day one. We're PETA approved, we're informed sport, and also halal. So just consider, if you're viewing this as a business opportunity, I really want you to think, some of those certifications may not be applicable to you. Some of them aren't applicable to me. But as a business, I can't imagine that there is another accreditation that actually Arbonne doesn't have. In fact, I think we actually have all of the accreditations available. Now, somebody that may be wanting to view your products or even the business opportunities, some of those accreditations that may not be important to you will be to them. So to be partnered with a brand that covers all bases, for me, was a smart move. The conscious section then, we're really honing in on our B Corp certification, that logo. If you've never heard of B Corp certification, just please, I really recommend go and Google it. You'll probably start seeing this little symbol all over. You'll be looking out for it. And really what we do is we prioritize sustainability in all that we do. Being a B Corp means that we're a purpose-driven company and that we put people and the planet before profit, which is just insane. Really think about maybe some health and beauty industries or some brands that are definitely profit-driven. They're not too concerned about ingredients or the impact that they're having on the planet. It's all around profit and profitability. Now, to be a B Corp, it's extremely difficult for certification for companies to obtain. In fact, only 0.002% of businesses globally actually achieve that certification, and thousands and thousands and thousands of companies apply every year, and a lot of them just get discounted. They're just not up to standard. Now, Arbonne as a brand, a little fact for you, we were one of the fastest companies to achieve B Corp status, in the whole world, because what we're doing and what we always have done is always have those strict, policies, our transparency, our efficacy, our belief in making sure our environmental impact is there. It's always been there. It's always been our standard. So really, it didn't take much for us to get that B Corp certification, which is what I absolutely love. Now, connected side of this is absolutely the heart of Arbonne. And it wasn't the reason why I joined this business, but it absolutely is the reason why I and most people I know in the business that have been in longer than 2 minutes have stayed. Arbonne is really more than products. We are a catalyst for change, and our mission is to help people thrive, whether that's through our clean, results-driven products or just by simply growing your Arbonne business alongside a supportive community of cheerleaders wanting you to succeed and thrive, and in a positive way, which is so amazing. Now, as our world evolves and changes, we recognize now in today's world that human connection and community is still the most important factor in enabling you to thrive. Now, whether you're a client of our products or whether you're in the business, will know that a positive impact in your life through feeling and looking better or having a positive business, is only going to impact your mood, it's going to impact the people around you, and in turn, it's going to impact the world, which for me, I absolutely love our brand promise. So why wellness? Of course, we're in the health and wellness industry, and we really believe that how you feel is important. There's a little study that shows that in the past year, 74% of people have just felt so stressed that they've been overwhelmed and unable to cope. 74% of people, and that to me is just alarm bells. People are really actively looking for wellness today, and how we feel really, really matters. So I want you to consider, or maybe ask yourself this question: have you or anyone that you know ever felt stressed? Do you ever lack in energy? Or maybe have you been able to like unable to sleep very well? Maybe there's people you know that don't get to sleep very well. Do you feel motivated, or do you feel generally quite unmotivated? Are you having fun in what you do every day? Are you lacking confidence maybe day to day? These are all questions to consider. And if you're feeling that way, maybe there are other people that are feeling similar that we're able to help either through our positive community and business, or even through empowering people to look after themselves, to feel better in themselves as well. Today, people are really actively looking for ways to improve their wellness, and it's such a growing industry. I always think, in the past sort of 10 years, 10 years ago, when I would be at the gym, there would be very minimal people that would pay or fork out for maybe a personal trainer. In today's world, having a personal trainer is just like, second to none. Like, most people would just pay for that, because people are switching what they view, where they want to prioritize their spend on what matters most. And that's where this business is so thriving and growing year on year on year. Just touching on our products. So what I love about our products, I've spoken about obviously our clean, we ban more ingredients than any other company. What we do comprise of is plant-based ingredients, but also we use the best of science. So when we say results driven, we are absolutely co-developed with experts. It's not just some natural products that aren't necessarily going to do your body or your skin any harm. We actually want to see results. And we know that in today's world, people want results. And that's where we stand far apart of any other clean beauty brand out there. We're cleanest brand out there, but we also deliver results. And actually, all of our products are clinically tested in independent laboratories. And those independent laboratories, those tests are not just to say, oh, it's safe. The tests are there to denote how successful that product is at delivering a result we're saying it is. So, for example, if we're looking at our anti-aging range here, our Derm Results Advanced, and we say 97% of people achieved a reduction of fine lines and wrinkles, that's because they did. There's no spin, there's no doubt. It's not just us saying it. It's not just take our word for it. It's a clinical study in an independent laboratory, which is just amazing. Now, obviously, here are a couple of products that we have: our Green Synergy Elixir and Fizz Sticks, which are game changer. It's our combination of our superfood greens, our gut health and microbiome support, pre and probiotics, and our collagen builder, and also our energy Fizz Sticks, B12, chromium, balances blood sugar levels, just the most phenomenal nutrition products that we have. We've also got some incredible programs, our Thriving 30 program, where we're able to really coach you through a whole body, mind transformation to help you not only physically see transformative results, but to feel that health glow up. We're far beyond like that magic potion that just makes you look thinner or fat dissolve this or whatever. It's about actually how can you completely nurture your body so you are feeling like at optimum health, and you're not feeling run down, and you're feeling super, super healthy. That's where our point of difference with Arbonne is. So we've got our Thriving 30, which gives you also an amazing number of tools within that. And then, as I say, our skincare, which is really where actually Arbonne started. We did start with skincare. Skincare is amazing. I've not offered my skincare out for somebody to try who has not got on with it or not bought it, or certainly somebody has never gone back to their old products after buying a range of our skincare. Our Derm Results Advanced is phenomenal. Pop in the comments if like you love the Derm Results Advanced. My skin is just glowing. The avocado cleansing balm just is a game changer. I'm just so sometimes I wake up and I touch my face and I'm like, I just feel so grateful I've got Arbonne skincare in my life. I feel like I have a facial all the time. Just let me know in the comments which skincare you love. So obviously, here's a couple of our key bestsellers. And the beauty of this is that the products are consumable. So as a business perspective, when the people run out of their, cleanser, or they run out of their mascara, or maybe they've had their energy fizz sticks, that the thing is they go on and rebuy. People don't get in the shower. A lot of these things are what people are using anyway. We don't get in the shower and wash our face, think, oh, I've run out of cleanser. Money's a bit tight. I think I'll have to wait till, a couple of months and I'll get another cleanser then. People are generally rebuying cleansers. They're re-shampooing their hair over and over again. And we have these products for, from baby care right the way through to anti-aging, supplements, sports supplements that run out generally, every 30 days, which means a repeat business month on month on month. Now, I love talking about this because I really understood the concept. So Arbonne is different, and we're different from traditional retail. So most of us may know about buying skincare, nutrition products from a traditional retail setting, supermarket, a department store, wherever it may be. And they use this traditional retail method. So you can see on the top line here, manufacturer through to wholesale, warehouse, advertising, retailers, customer. Now, as a buyer, I totally understood this concept. So for example, simple method, I knew how much a mug cost to make in China. And I knew how much, say, one of our high-end retailers in the UK was selling it for. Now, I can tell you that you were not paying for the cost of ingredients in this mug. You were paying for the process, the wholesaler, the shipping costs, the packaging, the warehousing costs, the delivery guy that unloads moves a pallet from one bay to the next, loads the van, the driver who's delivering from the driver next to the next warehouse. Then you've got advertising costs. You've got things like celebrity endorsements, particularly if we think about beauty, how many celebrities are on our telly, advertising or endorsing products that we absolutely 100% know they're not using, like home kit hair dye. Holly Willoughby definitely doesn't sit with the marigolds on, put her head over a bath and dyes her own hair. We know that. But actually so much of the money goes into advertising and celebrity endorsements. And then, of course, you've got the retailer costs, the display cabinets, the shelving, the lighting, the staff, the rent for the property, till finally you get it as a customer. So actually, what are you paying for as the customer? Are you paying for the quality of ingredients in that mascara or that hair dye or whatever it may be? Or are you paying for the process? And this is where we differ, because we're not profit driven. We balance people and planet with profit. So we use network marketing, which is basically just a distribution model. It's a really posh name for a distribution model. And the way that it works is that we get rewarded from just doing the work, doing that word of mouth recommendation. So with Arbonne, our products are developed in our manufacturers. We open our mouth and recommend a product that I'm using anyway, just like you would a film, a restaurant, a book. If you are using something that you genuinely are seeing a results with, it blows my mind, that people would just not try an Arbonne skincare product, because the results I get is far beyond anything that I've ever tried before. We're going to recommend those with authenticity, with integrity. You're using the products, you recommend them if somebody is looking for something. And what happens is the product gets delivered directly from our warehouse to the customer. So what the customer's getting is they're paying for the quality of ingredients. They're not paying for the process, not paying for all of that advertising. In fact, we don't pay for any advertising. We are the brand, we are the advertiser, we're the original brand ambassadors. And as a thank you, Arbonne rewards us with the commission. They reward us with that paycheck for opening our mouths and sharing. And in fact, network marketing and word of mouth referral is the best way to share something that we genuinely believe in and we love in. We are just real people with real results, with integrity. And that's where I love, think about Facebook. How did you hear about Facebook? The chances are you heard about Facebook because your friend told you about it. In order for us to spread the word of Arbonne, the fastest way is just for us to open our mouths and share what we absolutely love. Now, the beauty of this is, as I say, we don't have to go out delivering catalogues in the rain. I'm not collecting cash. I'm not buying all my inventory in stock. Someone can simply go online to order a product from me because I've recommended it. It gets delivered from our warehouse to their door from DPD, usually next day. It's phenomenal. And then they get the beauty of using that product. But the best thing is, when that product runs out, they could just go back online, reorder that product, and it gets delivered from a manufacturer directly to the person without me really knowing that that's happened. And that's really where we can create a reoccurring income stream, and we can create a repetitive business, not just from one product, maybe multiple products from multiple customers, and you can see how this can grow. So what do we have to do to make this work? We share and recommend and sell the products of the brand that we love. We help our network purchase products via a link. So we can send them a link of a recommended cart or our website where they can order, or they can start a business, which is the best product of all, and join the community too. Now, we earn commissions weekly through the sales. So when we sell a product, we can earn a weekly commission, and that goes into our bank account every week. And some people just choose to do that. They just want to build like an online business of like people just buying products, and that's absolutely fine. But if you really want to leverage your time, what you can do is obviously recommend and sell the products like everybody else, but you can also recommend this business opportunity, just like that lady did with me in the coffee shop, not really knowing what my background story was or how I was feeling at the time. There are going to be people out there that are looking for something else. They're not feeling fulfilled, or maybe they need extra. So you can help people, like you can basically build a team and grow a team. And what you're able to do then is create a monthly override. So, and that really is an extra paycheck that you get from Arbonne as a thank you for helping to grow your network and grow your team. So really, we're spreading the word of Arbonne much quicker. Now, what I love is that we can grow and earn more through helping people reach their own goals, which helps them really with their leadership skills. We can help them become independent, help them increase their pay. But the biggest tip I can give to anyone watching this is, and then thinking, I would have no idea where to start, is just to learn and earn as you go along. And the best thing really is that we can become more successful when we help other people be successful. It's such a positive concept. Now, it starts with you, and obviously your mentor will be there with you to help you get started at every point in the way. In fact, I'm 7 years in and I still have an incredible mentor that coaches me. And obviously our challenges become different as our businesses grow and scale globally. Now, these are the 2 actions that we can use to basically grow your Arbonne business. So number 1, we share and sell the products. We grow a client base. We earn those repeat commissions every single week. Perfect. Now, the other side is that if we want that more growth and leverage, just like I wanted, we can share the business opportunity and build a team. Now, you just have to know, like any business, some people will buy products and some people won't, and that's fine. If I had a tiling business, some people would buy tiles off me and some people won't. That's also fine. That's just how the world works. On the other concepts as well, we can share the business, and some people will be for them, and some people it won't be. And again, that's also fine. But all our job is really just to be a messenger. We want to share what we love, share the products, just keep sharing. And over time, some people will say yes. And that's really when it gets started. Now, if you decide you want to like build a team, your job is really to teach and coach them how to do the same as what you've done. We share, we sell, and we earn. In this business, it really is so simple. You don't need to be a rocket science. It's just about duplication, and the best copycat wins. Remember, each one of those people like has an entire network of people that you've never met. You have no clue who they are, which means that new clients and new team members can start to evolve and join your business and your organization without you ever having to have met them. Like, this absolutely blows my mind. And for this reason, the scalability potential of network marketing and the industry and Arbonne business is just huge. So this is where I really want to touch on, because like this truly is where, for me, I've witnessed, and for so many leaders, you create time leverage. And what I mean by that is you create the flexibility, you create leverage with time, and you're able to scale your income without having to necessarily contribute more hours, more personal hours to your business. Now, one of the biggest reasons people start to build an Arbonne business is that time flexibility that it can create. Remember, you can honestly build this like with 1 hour through your day, or maybe a few hours a day, or even full time. Like, you get to choose how quickly you want to build this. Now, imagine if every person on this page was in your team, and imagine they're all working their Arbonne businesses, say, I don't know, 10 hours a week, Monday to Friday. They woke up an hour earlier in the morning and skipped 1 hour of Netflix in the evening. So 2 hours a day, Monday to Friday. So 10 hours a week. And they were building this in and around current commitments. Just like most people, we start this alongside our current commitments. I was working, I built my business, I got up an hour earlier, I did an hour in the evening, and this is how it compounds. Now, if all of us are devoting that same 10 hours to our business every single week, just think, this could mean now you're actually benefiting from 100 hours per week within your business, but you're only committing to doing 10 yourself. That is true leverage. Like, where else in any employed role, in any other business, self-employed, by the way, if you were self-employed in a traditional business, could you earn 100 hours worth of work with only committing 10 to yourself? This is where this concept, this network marketing industry is just genius. Now, something that I really want to point out here and absolutely love about our compensation plan that I'm going to talk to you about in a moment is that this is totally effort-based. If you work harder than the person that introduced you to this business, you can leverage above them. And what I mean is that I was one of those people. I worked more hours in my business. I had a desire. I knew what I needed to do. I wanted to alleviate myself from that role that was just like job that was consuming my life and taking over my life. And what happened was I then, basically outworked my mentor and quite quickly I was earning a lot more than her. So this is a very fair pay. It's not first in, best out like most jobs. Have you ever been stuck in a position in an employed role where you can't move because you're blocked unless someone leaves or retires or whatever? You're stuck. With this, you decide what you want to earn and you can work towards that. No limits, no caps. Absolutely amazing. Now, there's 4 ways you can shop with us. So just have a little think about your place. So obviously I've talked about the products, I've talked about the business opportunity. So as a client, people can just purchase at full retail, benefit from our 90-day money back guarantee that never goes away. Everyone can benefit from that, which I love. Now, another thing is our preferred clients. So this is where people can enroll for a small fee, £10 a year, and basically they benefit from a really massive discount, 20 to 40% off. They get a free product on qualifying orders, free shipping, and of course, 90-day money back guarantee. Replenish Me customers get all of those benefits. But what this is it's like a subscription system. So it's so simple. I've got clients that are like, I never want to run out my protein smoothie and my fizz stick. So I'm going to get that on a 30-day or maybe a 60-day or 90-day. So flexible. Just like people have got busy lives, they just want to know it's done. They don't want to have to keep remembering to go on an order or, have a day where they've run out because they've forgot to order. It gets delivered directly to their door on the day that they choose. They can switch the day around. They can cancel, skip a month. You're not tied in. It's the most flexible, easy to use subscription service on the planet. And the best thing is they get a free product on every order, on a small qualifying order. Amazing. And then, of course, let's just touch on independent consultant. This is really where I want to share with you about the earning potential and bonus potential, the incentive trips, the willable business that we get at the second level of management within this company, and also the recognition and training. Like I've just earned my 10th incentive trip with this company in the 7 years I've been here. I've been absolutely game changing. I've never ever felt so rewarded and appreciated in a company like Arbonne. Considering I'm not employed by them, they want you to win. They want you to be your best. They want you to be successful and achieve incredible things and be rewarded. And that is available to anybody at any level. So I'm obviously just going to touch on a little bit about the earning potential. And for me, I wanted to know what I could earn. I was very business mentality. I was like, not too bothered about the products at the time. I want to know what I can earn. Is it real? Now, if you want to see what's typical, go to earnings.arbonne.com. There's a full website about some earning potentials, but I'm just going to touch on a little bit about what's possible with this business and what's possible. There are so many leaders and that are now become friends where they're the proof that this business works, and it makes it so exciting. There's so much more potential I have of growth within here as well. Now, there's 4 levels of success. It's so simple that you can work towards, and each level of success is dependent on scale of your business. So as your business grows, as your turnover grows in your whole organization and all your teams, that's when you can grow and earn through the levels. So the first level is what we call district manager. And there's a potential here to earn anything from £50 to £800 a month. I mean, up to £800 a month, that is not something to be sniffed at. Like having a pay rise of £800 a month is a considerable increase in any employed status. And right now, people are absolutely looking for, I don't know, even an average of extra like £400 a month. What would an extra £500 a month look like to you on top of what you're earning right now? Now, it's not game-changing money. It's not quit your job and you're a millionaire, but it does mean a lot to a lot of people. The second level of management is what we call area manager. And with this, we have the potential to earn between £400 and £2,500 a month. Your business also becomes a willable asset. So what that means is my business is actually willed to my family because people will continue to buy products from me and from all over the globe. And also my team will continue to have their businesses where their clients will continue to buy from them. If something would happen to me, it doesn't mean my business income stops like that, because products are still moving. So what will happen is my monthly income will continually be paid to my husband and then my children. And this really becomes an asset business. And what I mean by that is it means it pays you. It becomes a legacy. It's something that runs long after you're gone. I know now my children will have something, a part of me that I was able to create for them long after I go. The third level of success is regional vice president, which is the level I'm at today. And you can earn anything between £1,500 to £8,000 a month. We also get to choose or lease a white Mercedes-Benz or receive a RVP Success Award of £635 per month to lease your own car. I mean, to be self-employed and have a cash bonus for a car is one thing. And it's an absolute incredible perk to becoming part of this business and really just being recognised for the level of success that you've achieved. The fourth level is national vice president and the potential to earn 9,000 to an uncapped and unlimited potential per month. We also have at each level bonuses of up to £580 for the MVP award. £480 for the VP Achieve Award. And also with national vice president, they get an increased amount for their car bonus because they've reached the top level of success within the business, which is amazing. And just a little side note, if anyone likes to travel or feels maybe a bit blue in January after Christmas and all the festivities, as an MVP, you get to go to the leadership conference in Maui every year for 2 people. I mean, who would want to go to Hawaii every January? It's just amazing. And honestly, sometimes I look at this and I think this just sounds too good to be true. And I definitely, this is the point that people make. And I just say, it is good, but it is true, but it works when you work. And this is where you see people that are working the business consistently create these levels of success. So you have to ask yourself, can I be consistent? Can I be coachable? And if the answer is yes, you absolutely have the potential to be successful in this business. Now, the brilliant thing with this business is that it can be anything you choose it to be. Some people start the business for an extra £500, as I say. Some people start it for £50,000 a month. What do you want? What salary do you want to put on your head? Or are you waiting to someone tell you what you're worth? You get to decide what you're worth. Now, I'm just going to close and share a little bit about this because I didn't mention that our business is actually accessible in 6 countries: Australia, the US, Canada, New Zealand, UK, and Poland. Now, I just believe that even though we have 44 years of growth, stability, development, we're not going anywhere. We are still in our infancy. We haven't even got started yet. We have so many plans to globalize into new countries. Look at all of that space that we're not yet in. Now, our parent company, Groupe Rocher, is also a 40-plus-year-old legacy company, so aligned with our values. They already have the infrastructure in over 100 countries for us to develop and plan our globalization. So the best is yet to come. And if you're conscious about saturation in any of these markets, in the US, we've been there for 44 years, the longest standing area. And there's actually only 1% awareness still today of Arbonne in the US. So just know that there has never been a time to get started. And I just want you to think about this. What's the potential here? This isn't starting a business thinking, who's on my street, who's in my village that does this thing, like, oh, I don't know if it's for me. I want you to think about, there is a whole world of people out there, people that you know, people that you don't know. Who do you know in Australia? Who do you know who knows somebody in Australia? Because it only takes one person that actually sees something in this business, and you can create a whole organization in other countries, creating sections of income coming into your business whilst you're asleep. I have clients shopping online with me in Australia, and I wake up the next day, I've been asleep, and my business has grown. Where else do you get that? It's just so amazing. Makes me so excited still today. Now, I just want to close and say thank you again for taking the time to listen to me. I've spoken for ages and I do apologize. I'm just so excited about sharing this business opportunity. But I just want to leave you with a couple of questions. If I were to say to you, if time or money were no object, where would you like to see yourself in the next 5 years? Like, I mean, what would be your dream day if there was no restrictions? And if nothing changes, if you don't change anything from today's world in your life, nothing, your day to day, will you achieve that goal in 5 years' time? You're going to be 5 years older. So, really, if you don't change anything, sometimes nothing is going to change. And how are you going to feel 5 years from now, having looked back and just seen yourself in the same situation? Because for me, that scared me a lot. And it just made me see how quickly 5 years can pass. I'm sure we can all remember, if you remember how old you were 5 years ago, I bet you can remember how quickly that's passed. Time passes so fast. Now, could you see yourself aligning with a brand like Arbonne? You know, when I was presented this opportunity 7 years ago, I realized that I was actually just going to be buying these types of products anyway for the rest of my life. And there were some questions that I asked myself, you know, when I was using my old brands and I was like having a shower, I was cleaning my teeth, I was washing my hair. I thought, are these brands I'm currently using actually serving me? Do they actually work? Or am I just using them because it was on buy one, get one free? Are they actually good for me? What are the ingredients in these? Are they actually serving me long term? And does this brand actually provide me with a community? Does it pay me repeat commissions if I recommend it? You know, the answer was, of course, they don't. No, they weren't serving me. Half the time I was just using them because I thought I had to. And I wasn't necessarily getting the results because I had awful skin and I was bloated with IBS symptoms all the time. So when I really aligned with a brand like Arbonne, it was just so smart. I've just never, ever looked back. It's a business in a box that is the vehicle to what you want. And as a sideline, as an what's the word, as a byproduct, you are going to look, feel, and have the glow like no other. You'll know that there's Arbonne consultants out there that just have that glow and that positivity. In fact, you don't come across any Arbonne consultant that's grumpy and miserable. So really consider, like, not what this is, but what can it give you? And absolutely just jump in if you have a gut feel, because your gut is always right. So thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me. I've enjoyed every moment being with you tonight. Have the fab rest of your Wednesday evening. Get back to the person who invited you onto this call or has sent you this video, and I will see you all very, very soon. Take care, everybody.